Looks like I
And
come
here
so
we
often.
are. Look, it's the TED Show. Hey guys, it's Ted Bogert. Welcome back to the TED Show. We are recording here at Citrus Club and having just a teeny tiny bit of trouble with our Wi-Fi, but Ruthie and I are troopers, and I'm super excited to have my dear friend, the one and only Dr. Ruth Baskerville, affectionately known as Ruthie to me and her friends and family. She is an amazing ghostwriter, author, community advocate. She's got a beautiful story, and she's going to share that with us today, what she has going on. There's an event coming up in December that she wants to talk about, and all sorts of good things. So welcome back, Ruthie. How you doing?
Thank you, Ted, for having me again. I'm just delighted to be here.
I'm excited. I'm excited I get to see you. That's what, 2 or 3 times in the last 2 weeks or last week, which is awesome. All right. So for people who didn't tune into the first 1 or 2 times, 2 times you've been on before, I think.
Yes.
Tell them a little bit about you.
Okay. Well, I am 78 years old.
I'm amazing.
56 years in education. Always wanted to be an educator, and I was a teacher, principal, K-12, a charter school, a Christian school, administrator, central office, all of it, and just loving every minute of it. I've retired twice, and now I am an entrepreneur with a tutoring company I want to talk about called Waverly's Way. And yes, I'm a ghostwriter, and I just finished my 87th published author, where I was a combination, actually, editor, ghostwriter. So much fun.
How is that? Like, so talk to me. How did you get into ghost writing?
You know, when shortly before Waverly died, I was writing my first book. I've written 3, and it's called Hoodless Klan. And it was actually about some racism in education when I was a charter principal. And I started, writing and pouring out my story. And he passed the day that the only publisher who took my manuscript said, that we sent it to, said, we're pleased to accept your manuscript.
Wow.
And it set me on a path. And then I was thinking, well, now what shall I do as a widow? What do I do? And it almost like within an hour, God just dropped. The first person called and said, can you help me write my book? Wow. I said, I can. 6 years of Latin, so grammar, I love grammar. And my gift is words and writing and expression and characterization. And 87 people later,
unbelievable.
Here we are.
What's that process like? Is it hard when it's somebody else's idea and then you have to kind of come in as a collaborator? What's the process like?
Well, it's I just love it. It's just truly my gift. Everybody has a gift, and this one is mine. It's writing. So sometimes on a napkin, sometimes a manuscript as an email. Sometimes people will talk, and I'll type really fast and then kick it back. Is this what you're trying to say? And we just go back and forth, sharing the manuscript until the author loves it. I have no ego in it. When the author loves it, we are ready to publish, and then I can direct them to publishers. I am president of the Central Florida Writers and Publishers Guild. We have publishers, other editors. I'm the only ghostwriter, and then cover designers and so on. And then books are coming to their door. Everyone who sticks with the process with me, usually 4 to 6 months, publishes.
And I think people do there's a fear of writing because you have an idea. Obviously, if you're a creative and you have a story, you want to birth it. But sometimes you don't know how to, because maybe you have the idea, the thoughts, and the emotions, but putting that into words that make sense and convey the message is why I would think you would bring in somebody like you, a ghostwriter.
Right. And then, I don't know, I just have a wealth, maybe from being old, but I have a wealth of words. And if this doesn't fit, then I have another idea and another until there's a point in the writing process where I'm in the head of the author and I know it, and the author knows it, and it's electric. Yeah. Where I could, feel and speak, and then we build the characters, we build the story. It's always personal. It's something AI can never do, is capture the heart of what's going on in somebody's life. And so from children's books to self-help to a little erotica to history to fiction, my life, you name it, we all over the country. And it's all been through word of mouth.
It's amazing. So, well, you give so much back to the community, and you obviously have a passion for what you do, which is a lot of people don't find that in their lives ever, but you found it, and you are think about that, 87 books, think of the impact and the ripple effect. That's what I love about what you do, because you touch so many different people in so many different genres, which means so many different types of readers are being impacted by your collaborative words, which is a beautiful thing. All right, Todd, go ahead.
And then, as if I'm not busy enough.
I know. I was going to ask, what's next? What's up?
Oh, as if I'm not busy enough. I think I will retire when I close my eyes and just meet God.
Amen to that.
So Waverly's Way, my husband was Waverly Baskerville. He was a corporate tax specialist, worked on Wall Street back in the day for 2 or 3 decades for Solomon Brothers, which happened to be the #1 investment banking firm in the world for those years. And he passed, and I became a widow. But he was also president of the school board twice in New Jersey. So he was involved like that. But he was a man of excellence. And in that capacity, our motto is educational excellence for everyone, the #1. And we literally personalize academic help. So from kindergarten all the way to a doctorate, we can help. We can help you with the dissertation. We can help you with a college research paper. We can help you with a GED, SAT, standardized testing, multiplication. We can help with any major subject. And because of COVID, we can thank COVID for the fact that we work through Zoom, but we can also thank COVID for the fact that Waverly's Way is now in 7 states.
Wow.
7 states. Because the need is great.
Yes.
And some because of COVID, people fall behind, kids don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Many times parents can't help. They don't have, the uncle or the brother or the father who could just say, come here, let me help you do your science project, or let me help you with that research. They can't help. And teachers have a class of however many, 25, 30, and they must move on. Waverly's Way steps in. And better than that, we have flexible scheduling. It's always outside of the school day. We don't pull you out of class so you miss something.
Wow.
But during other times, parents who really want their kids to get some help, they're working. And today we don't work 9 to 5 anymore.
Yeah.
They're all over the 24-hour cycle of a day. And tutoring can occur after dinner. It can occur on a weekend. We met in church just a week ago, a family of 8. And this particular family, from the mom down, everybody needs academic help. All the students and the mom. And this, even though this might be what I'd consider an extreme case of need, the fact is one will help the next, will help the next.
That's right.
And what I know about just life is when you put someone on the path to open up their gifts, like I was blessed to have mine opened. But when you can open up those kind of gifts in young people, you know how we're always looking for the doctor, the dentist, trying to get an appointment with the attorney. Well, all of these young people who seem to be just thrown away because they just can't get the help that would unlock what they need. You understand? So they will fall into the market of services that the rest of us need if we just open the doors. And it really starts with, can you help me do this tonight? Yes. #1, I turn it in tomorrow and I get an A. In getting an A, I feel better. I'm ready to do more. My confidence is up. That intrinsic stuff. Parents are helped and they feel a whole lot calmer. But we also advocate. We advocate with the school, 56 years. And nothing I have.
I wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of your advocacy on that.
So I interface with the principal, the counselor, the teacher, and they really appreciate us coming alongside to really help. So the child is literally the hallowed sacred center of this thing called Waverly's Way.
Amazing. I just, and again, you speak with it about such passion, but talking about a ripple effect, that has generational ripple effect on it, because I love what you said, when they turn it in and they get an A and then they get confident again, there's this whole thing. It changes your thought process, because now you see what you can do with a little help, and then you become more motivated, more inspired. And of course, then I'm a believer that once people feel helped, they're more apt to help others. And so it's this beautiful ripple effect of what you can do in somebody's life. And you obviously have a gift for that as well. You've got an event coming up too.
We do. We've been operating, just you know a lot of people, and people have been donating. I know a lot of people. They've been donating over since 2000, and we've been operating like that. And then we just donate our time. We make sure people work. Nova Southeastern University has sent us a bunch of medical students who need service credit, and many of them tutor, but there's always going to be a gap. And so for the first time since 2000, we're having a fundraiser. And the fundraiser,
Woo.
I don't know if this is visible. I did send a copy to you, and maybe you can
I will
share
put it in the comments below.
But on December 7th, easy to remember, Pearl Harbor Day, on that day, we are going to have an afternoon tea, you know, high tea with the hats and the gloves and so on. And it's at the West Oaks Mall. And it's going to be right outside of a Perfect Union Art Gallery, one of the corners.
Oh, very cool.
So that we have our own entrance into the mall. We're going to use that space, decorate beautifully. We've hired a tea service. We've hired 2 musicians, a saxophonist, and a guitarist, and they will perform. Just the whole atmosphere will be elegant. But the beauty of the fundraiser will be that this will help families who can't afford tutoring. You know, Ted, I cannot turn a child away for lack of funds. But we, as you know, we need funds to support everything.
Yes.
So, and people can always get in touch with me. My website is www.excellence.org, which is predictable.
Yeah.
But my email is wrbaskerville@gmail. And if people want to contact me, donate because it's tax deductible. Attend the tea because it's a good thing to do. Sponsor a child or a parent so that they can attend the tea. We welcome everyone. So to get in touch with me, WR Baskerville, I know you'll put it on the scroll.
I absolutely will.
That they can reach me, but December 7th, and we're using as a cutoff date November 28th because, of course, we've got to reserve food for the event and set it all up. But so this is our high tea first ever inaugural fundraiser for Waverly's Way, and everything goes towards helping children to just master whatever it is that they need. No shame, no judgment, just help. It's really a good thing. And you know what's so neat about that? Families, there are no parents who don't want to help their kids.
Right.
They're frustrated. They don't know how. They don't have the resources. Some parents had very bad experiences growing up in school, and now the school summons them only to say, so now you're a failure as a parent. The child isn't performing. You need to fix that. And they can't. But Waverly's Way, it's kind of like on the white horse. Here we come.
You are the white horse. I love it.
And then they soar. I was principal at Ivy Lane for almost 3 years. We turned the school from a double F. Can you imagine? State of Florida calling us a double F to 5 points from an A in 2 years.
Wow.
Same kids. What made the difference? Hope, a ton of resources, lots of things that were done out of the box, including growing crops on the campus, just doing so many unusual things. But in everything, that vibration was high and people jumped on and loved. And so our motto, Ivy Lane to Ivy League, it's still on their stationery.
As it should be.
And kids achieve. And when they achieve, we do better. You and I we just do better.
I agree.
So
All right.
December 7th.
December 7th. And I'll have that link and all of the information in the comments below. So one last question before we wrap up. Obviously, we've talked about ripple effect, the amount of people that I know in my heart, and I know that you must know, is since it's a gift, that you're impacting so many people, maybe people you will never meet, that will never know that you're the one who helped start that ball rolling. Who started it for you? Was there a moment in your life where you said, wow, my eyes are open, somebody took time from me, and now I see what that's like?
You know, it's really easy to answer that one because my high school English teacher, I was one of those students who loved the bells ringing and the homework and everything. So many of my peers did not. And we didn't have, back in the 60s, the late 50s, we didn't have, kinesthetic learners and auditory. We didn't have any diagnoses of that. So you either functioned within the system or you didn't. And I was just one of those who functioned. So I'm in honors English, and my 10th, 11th, and 12th grade English teacher, Mr. Cooper, he just poured into me with rigor. I mean, the standard was the standard. If you were a half a point off, he didn't give you a break, but he kind of came underneath all of us in the class. And I appreciated that. And I internalized that when someone extends something to give you hope, but doesn't lower the standard, but helps you to reach it. And it just made me want to go to college, be an English teacher. I always loved theater. And since Broadway was not for me, I might have been a starving artist. I started drama clubs everywhere I was, and we performed on stages. But my English teacher, who saw my potential, helped me get a scholarship, helped me to get to college. And that was what I needed, because my family too didn't have the resources, but I knew I was meant to do something. Didn't mind working through college either, but I did it. And I thank that teacher in particular.
It's beautiful. That's so good. A shout out to Mr. Cooper, wherever you are. Thank you so much, Ruthie. It's always a joy to have you on here. I'm inspired every single time we talk, and I love when you share, because I know that this platform reaches people that you and I will never know it reaches with your message. And so I'm always honored and just always so excited to have you on. I love your pieces.
Thank
You're
you, Ted.
amazing.
Oh, thank you,
You're
Ted.
amazing. All right, so December 7th, we'll have the links and all of the good information and Ruthie's contact information in the comments below. You all get out and support. If you know somebody who could use Ruthie's service, either on the schooling or education side or on the ghostwriting, all of those links will be there too. We just want to empower you. And I know that's what Ruthie does every single day. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank
you guys get out, give back, love on each other. We'll see you soon.